Hey, it's International Women's Day, and I want to share a little story with you that gives you some appreciation for why I really value International Women's Day. And I want to give away some incredible things to 20 really amazing women. So here's the story, is that my wife was at a retreat in Florida recently, and I had sent her there because I knew that since our baby was about 18 months old, it would be really healthy for her to have her first kind of fully away adult weekend where I would take care of Zoe all on my own, and then she would go off to a retreat. And she went, and she had a great time. Then something came up where we really needed to be in California the next week. So my wife flew from Florida to California, and I grabbed our 18-month-old baby, and I flew from the Caribbean all the way to California on my own with the baby. Now, unless you're a parent, you won't really understand the significance of what I'm saying, but I'll tell you, it's quite a thing. And apparently 18 months is one of the toughest ages to fly because they don't have the attention span to really pay attention to anything, and yet they're super active and want to move around everywhere. So 2 super long flights, compounded by the fact that United Airlines decided to seat us beside a passenger that was so large that he had to sit in a third of my seat. And then on our second flight, United Airlines misloaded the plane so that we twice had to be taken out to the runway and back to the gate to reload the plane again, which meant that we were so late flying into San Diego that they couldn't land at San Diego anymore, and we had to land at Los Angeles Airport instead, and then separately travel by taxi from Los Angeles to San Diego. It was a nightmare travel day. I went 24 hours without sleep, and then I realized something really interesting. I almost never see men traveling with their young children alone, but I frequently see women doing it. In fact, I remember distinctly being on a super long haul flight once, and a woman got on the plane, and she looked like, frankly, barely alive. She had 2 children with her, a baby and a 2-year-old. And she sat in the row with me, and the baby was crying, the 2-year-old was crying. She looked like she would be crying if she had the energy to cry. And I did something that, frankly, I don't really think you're allowed to do in any circumstance other than on a plane. I turned to her and I said, "Can I hold your baby?" And she didn't even think about it. She just handed me the baby. And you know what? All the baby needed was a little calm. And so you know what the baby did? Immediately fell asleep on my chest. And then the 2-year-old fell asleep across our laps. And then the woman, I kid you not, leaned over and fell asleep on my shoulder. And we all sat like that for 6 hours, me barely trying to read my Kindle, and these people all sleeping on me. And at the end of the whole flight, it was so sweet. She kind of woke up in a daze, and she saw that I'm holding the baby, and she's like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And I gave her the baby back. And then as I was leaving the plane, the airline crew gave me a bottle of champagne, which, if you know me at all, is somewhat useless since I don't drink alcohol, but still, it was very cute. But again, it reminds me that we are, I don't know, I don't think that we really give women their due in a lot of areas, and one of the biggest ones is in the whole aspect, in the whole parenting game. You know, it is a thankless job a lot of times. And so there are many reasons for celebrating International Women's Day, but since I have a new mom at home, and I have a new baby, obviously, at home, and I've been thinking about this stuff, it makes me really want to celebrate today properly. And so here's what I want to do. I know there are a whole lot of women out there that would like to create increased independence for themselves, and they want to start their own business, or they've started their own business. And so I want to help them with their marketing. I put on an incredibly powerful program called the Inception Marketing Intensive, where I take people for 2 days and teach them all the principles of inception marketing, and then help them develop a business plan or a marketing plan that they can actually go out and deploy. So it's a very practical and intensive workshop. And I'm only doing one more this year, and it's in Lithuania. And so what I'm going to be doing is giving away 20 seats to that event. 20. To women only women can apply, and all you need to do is reply at the link below this video. Just click there and apply, and then my promoter in my promoter in Lithuania will choose the 20 people, and they will be announced, I believe, on March 12th. So go ahead and make your application now, and maybe you can be one of the 20 people that gets to come to the Inception Marketing Intensive completely as my guest in celebration of International Women's Day. So hope I see you there.